I'm here begging to support. And I see, a lot of the mom room, people don't understand why I be in those rooms is that I miss my mother and I'm the last living member of my immediate family. So since I'm semi-retired, Clubhouse is kind of like my family and my AM radio. So I don't want to take up too much time, but that's me. I see Queen Karen down there. She's one of the people I knew before Clubhouse that I've been helping out. That's a female. So, that's my thing. I grew up around women with my mom. I learned early that women actually control the world. I'm probably one of the few males that know that. The reason why I know that because my mother had me do a campaign when I was 16 for a guy that was running for a county auditor in Cleveland, Ohio. He ended up, he won county auditor, he became mayor, and became governor of Ohio. I'm not saying that they totally responsible for it, but they woke me up as to what can happen if you get involved. ECMD done speaking, also known as Kermit Henderson's twin brother. Thank you.
Yes, ECMD. Oh my word. Thank you for always sharing your voice and your presence with us. It's truly a celebration here on Clubhouse, knowing that we are able to show up and receive value and share in community. Just even hearing about, your family and the way in which you're utilizing this app. Thank you, ECMD, for sharing with us. And I know there's so many people who may not yet even be connected. And that's why we show up in this room, that they can find you through your channel. And hopefully as you're here, you're going to take away some things that you can implement in even reaching further and seeing that you're not alone in this journey of becoming, establishing another space, another platform that really is evergreen. And we have some tremendous people here who are bringing in full-time income, who are making a living just showing up on video, on YouTube. I want to welcome Henry, Sophia, Amanda, and of course you, ECMD. Just so grateful that you're here with us. And those of you who are joining us in the listening lounge, Queen Karen, feel free to come on up as ECMD, shouted you out. And welcome up, Danielle. Just really excited to hear all of you, how you all are showing up. We have people watching us live right now on the YouTube channel. I want to welcome you all and want to invite you to introduce yourself also in the chat as you're hearing these tremendous shares. And we're supporting and building together every single Friday in our Mastermind experience. Thank you for that, ECMD. Now over to you, Amanda. Looking forward to learning more about you.
Hi, thanks so much for having me up on the stage. Really appreciate that. So I saw the title of the room and I was just really interested to find out. I'm a novice at YouTube and podcasting, and I've done one podcast so far, but what I've just recently done is put all my books into audio. So I've got lots of, content for podcasting and YouTube at the moment. So it's how I break that book down and use it on YouTube and through podcasting. So I'm really here to learn from people and find out more. So that's me. Thank you for having me up on stage. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Amanda. Oh my gosh, I couldn't move to my system here fast enough. It's so amazing to have you here with us, Amanda, and loving the work that you're doing, showing up as a life coach, an author, and recognizing that you have solutions, even with what you've written, that can really help so many, those who are connected with you here on Clubhouse. We're excited that you are a part of our community here today as a fearless creator and that you were led in by the title. And I hope that you leave this room just empowered and encouraged to utilize these evergreen platforms to get your message and to have people who need what you have to offer find you and connect with you. And I'm excited to get to know each and every one of you who are here on the stage with us today, sharing your gift of a voice. And let's connect with each other. I'm navigating multiple spaces because we have a Facebook group. I wanted to make sure they were able to get in. We have a back channel, and I know some people are running a little bit behind because, life, that's how life is. But that's why we love Clubhouse, so that we can really get to connect with new people and just be able to pour in even on the go. So thank you for being here, Amanda. Sophia is with me, both on camera as well as here in the room. Henry as well. Nikki, dear, my sis, so good to see you and have you joining in on the fun with us this Fearless Friday. As always, a pleasure. And Danielle, I can't wait to hear your voice and to learn about you. So I want to go to Sophia, who is also you're going to be able to come through my audio, Sophia, since you're also here live with us on camera.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. I just want to say, hey, thank you, welcome. I love this platform. I love what you're doing. I'm a serial entrepreneur. As you can see, I am Stink the CEO. So I help small businesses from start to finish enhance their new and existing company with either their processes, their marketing, their social media automation, their logos, their branding. I do it all. I am a one-stop shop for small businesses from start to finish. And I just want to say thank you. And I love this platform. Be fearless.
Yes. Oh, my word. Love it, Sophia. Yes. Be fearless. We can sum it up in a word. It's really an affirmation statement. Every single week, when you look yourself in the mirror, you can remind yourself to be fearless. Thank you for the ways you're showing up, Sophia, and helping people, be able to establish themselves, their brand, and what they do with how you serve and you show up, as a marketing strategist. And we're just so excited for all that is to come here in our time together. And just know that all of these amazing, incredible fearless creators here on the stage, they are a wealth of resource. So if you have any questions and you want to come up and share and you want to apply some of the things that's allowing, us to soar in the endeavors as fearless creator, whether it's through YouTube or through podcasting, feel free to come up. And then if you also are not in a space you're able to talk, feel free to send us a message. We have some people joining us live on YouTube. So if you want to send a comment that way, or if you'd like to send it through the DMs, you have so many ways, no excuses for the ways that you can fearlessly share and ask your questions as well. Thank you, Sophia. Henry, you're here with me live also on camera, so go ahead and share with us.
Hey, Stacey. Hello, everyone. First off, Stacey, thank you so much for inviting me to your room, to your club. Actually, I just changed my profile photo to a screenshot of all three of us with Sophia here on Zoom. So I don't know how you do it, Stacey. It's an incredible superpower you have because you're on Zoom, you're also on YouTube, and you're on Clubhouse. And I'm a sort of a tech person, so I struggle to even figure out one platform, let alone three. So I just want to give you huge kudos for for putting this all together and certainly for inviting me. But short sort of elevator speech. I'm a long time, actually a wedding photographer for about 14, 15 years. So my YouTube channel started about 4 years ago with all behind the scenes footage of me at weddings, what cameras to buy and business tips and things like that. But I actually have switched over to a few other specialties and niches. So if anybody ever visits my YouTube channel just under my name, it's a little bit of an identity crisis, which I'm sure YouTube does not like with algorithms. But a quick story, if I may share, Stacey, I first heard about one of your rooms on my way. I'm in Los Angeles, driving up to in the mountains. I was, in the car, and I said, "Oh, YouTube strategy." So listening in, and I sent you a back channel, and you were so kind to get back to me right away. But the videos I have on YouTube now is actually about hiking and outdoors, but it was actually how I met you about a month ago before I was starting that adventure. So thank you again, Stacey, and look forward to sharing lots of tips and hopefully strategies with everyone. Back to you. Thanks.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So amazing. I'm so glad you're here, Henry. And I'm so glad that we were able to take the conversation, just to a deeper place of being able to now see each other face to face, being able to see how we can collaborate. I'm truly grateful when a lot of us, we see and we learn and we connect, and we only have one touch point sometimes on Clubhouse, but when we can take it, beyond just the one app and see that there's meaningful ways that we can partner with each other, that we can have joint ventures. I was sharing in the chat with you, Henry, that your excitement is very contagious. And I just love how immediately you connected, but you also took the time to even befriend me on Facebook, and you shared your excitement, about even this upcoming room with your community members. And I feel like that's how we all soar, rising tide lifts all ship. When we're all, excited together, enthusiastic about our calling and our gifting and seeing everybody succeed, then we're all going to win, right? And so that's why we are here. We want you all to, first and foremost, like Sophia said earlier, to say to yourself, I am fearless. Be fearless. Remind yourself of that every day. If you need that encouragement, sometimes you got to encourage yourself, right? And say that to yourself in the mirror, affirm yourself. And then it helps having a community around you where they're telling you, you are fearless. You are a fearless creator. You are a part of us. You're not alone on this journey. And that is why we're here. And we're so excited. Every one of you who are here on the listening lounge, we want you to step into your fearlessness. We want you to come up, share your voice with us if you're in a place to do so. Feel free, as some of you have already done. It's been so exciting. Those of you who are screenshotting this room or screenshotting this live video and then tagging all of us, we're just going to amplify your reach, your voice. You see, Henry, I think, Henry, your 10.6K that you're showing back there, that's pertaining. Oh, it's not pertaining to you? No.
Sorry, yes, it is.
Yes.
Sorry, but that was a shameless plug, but
No.
folks on Clubhouse, my mind
good.
cannot process, so I don't know how you're doing it, Stacey. Henry, I'm actually nodding my head on Zoom, agreeing with you, but I realized on Clubhouse, people will know, so I got to flash the mic as well. So it's a little bit of multitasking exercise here. Sorry about that. Back to you, Stacey.
No worries at all. So I love that. It shows that you are in right YouTube style. So feel free to put that back up. This is a YouTube and podcasting room, and there's no shameless plug here. We want you to share what you are doing fearlessly, and we want you all to connect and leave with new connections on your YouTube channel. For those of you watching live on the YouTube channel, engaging in the chat. Hello, Sanita. So good to see you. I'm so glad that, yes, you're able to see everyone. And hopefully you can join us over here on Clubhouse as well. So we just want to invite you guys, connect in all the places. That is where the power and the beauty is. Don't leave it to one platform. See the ways you can continue to grow, develop, and reach further together. All right. So now, Nikki, dear, my love, it's over to you. I'd love for you to share about you, YouTubing, if you have anything on podcasting as well, any strategy you want to share, love.
Stacey, Van. Oh, good to be here once again. I was hosting my room in the other room, and I was just like, I know I got an invitation from you, and I was like, okay, I gotta jump in there right now after I ended the room. So thank you for being here. Thank you for inviting me here. Glad to be here, Stacey. And I was just listening in the background here. I don't know why my mic is flashing. Did you guys see that? I think there's a glitch or something like that, but I'm glad to be here. And Henry Chan, I'm just checking out your YouTube. I love backpacking and hiking, so I just followed and subscribed to your channel. I hike around that area as well, but not yet in the, I hike Eastern Sierras, but not yet at the lake. What is it? Lake Thousand Island Lake. That's where you hike up. I saw you. Yeah.
We're gonna hijack this room, Stacey's room here. I'll talk all about the outdoors, but just Nikki, so great to chat with you. I think I followed you right after around when I first found Stacey about a month ago here on Clubhouse, and so great to share the stage with you. But yeah, we'll have to chat offline about the outdoors, and I'm sure other topics our friends here are interested in. Back to you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Stacey. So we're talking about YouTube and podcasting strategies. I'm a student of life, so I'm still learning and learning. I actually created my YouTube channel long time ago, and I haven't been able to really, focus on monetizing. I have not. But here's what I can tell you though. YouTube is a great platform if you're a podcaster. if you go to my channel, Nikki Dare, basically, I was able, I took the opportunity to, make videos of my podcasting session and also summit session, and also mix it up with playlists, if you are able to see it, playlists of, like tutorial, what have you not, and then things like that. So it's like a mix of a lot of categories, a few categories that kind of resonate in alignment with what I'm trying to do, branding it. So I don't know if that helps, but I'm still learning from your room, Stacey, and I'm learning from all of you social media experts in this. But I'm loving just making videos that's going to bring impact to the community. I talk about mindset, about the books, and I had a book club, and I have podcasts. So whatever content that I can, integrate into bringing more bringing more values to the platform in YouTube, I will do that. The book club basically is a session for about an hour. I also video. And a lot of just this is mix and match of all of the, summits and I'm just scrolling through this, workshops, and then also different women empowerment events. So yeah, that's how I just try to build a community. And then, as you know, my numbers are still low, but more so, I think, I don't really look at the numbers. I look at the impact from the connection and the community that I was able to create and build and cultivate that relationship. I think that's more on my personal side, and I just want to contribute and then share with you is the value, is the connection, and it is about relationship. So I was able to meet and connect with people. And then what you're doing right now, Stacey, is really impeccable, because this is something that I wanted to do as well. So I don't know how you do it, but you're doing it, and it's leading by example, I guess, right? So thanks for inviting me as always. And I thought I saw Shane a while ago joining us here on the stage. I want to say hi to him. Thank you so very much. I see Amanda. I also see Amanda. I got your DM a while ago. Thank you so much. And Sophia and Henry, I just met you here, and Daniel and Samira. I've seen them before in other rooms. So thank you so much for allowing me and have the opportunity to speak. Thanks, Stacey. I'll see you in Brittany's room, by the way. You're always there.
Yes. Oh my word. Love you, Nikki. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for all the tremendous work that you do and the ways in which you continue to show up. And, I'm just over here celebrating you, sister, because yes, sometimes we grow leaps and bounds in one space, but it is possible to do it in all of the spaces at the same time, which is why I love talking about simulcasting, as you're seeing we're doing here. Yes, it's my hope and dream that you guys duplicate this process as well, because it really does work. Just being able to conserve your energy. You don't have to show up in one place at one time. You can show up in multiple places at one time. Maximize your resources, maximize the effort and the energy that it takes to show up live. And so while you are here live on Clubhouse, you are able to also simultaneously be live with us on YouTube. You can be live as well, doing your podcast recording. And so some of my friends are starting to chime in here, because I know there's so many incredible fearless creators on this app, and we always love to see how we can gather together as a mastermind every single Friday. And so the notifications, sometimes we have to try and make sure we put a checks in all the places, because Friday is always a fun day for us and our families, right? But so many of you come back time and time again because you see the benefit of getting that simple reminder that yes, you can be fearless and you can show up in all of these places too. Henry spoke earlier, like, oh my gosh, I still don't know how you're doing it. And I share every single week when we do it, how we do it. So right now I'm using my Rodecaster Pro. This is allowing me to record this session that's later going to be released on the Fearless Creator podcast. You can hear previous sessions where we tried to do both Green Room and Clubhouse and why we YouTube. It's an opportunity for you to get your message out there on Google, because that is what Google's a search engine platform. When you show up on YouTube, you have a title that is relevant to providing a solution to someone's problem. They stumble upon your exciting live video experience and they're like, you know what, I need to be a part of her community or his community. And what they are doing is just so exciting. And it's inspiring and encouraging me to be fearless. And so that is a touch point, right? We're tapping into audio and we're showing up here on Clubhouse. We're tapping into audio and we utilize podcasting. And then we're tapping into the visual aspect of people connecting with us when we show up on camera, on YouTube, on Zoom, and all of it is happening at the same time. If you have a Facebook group, you can also share that later on and don't have the algorithm work against you because it's just audio with no picture. You have these multiple ways now of connecting and getting your message out there and having people engage with what you're fearlessly creating and putting out into the atmosphere. So we want you to do this very thing. If you're wondering what's happening, if you're new to this room, come over on the YouTube channel. You'll be able to see in action these amazing faces, beautiful and handsome faces, and you will be able to connect. Jeremy, we were just waiting for you to get all set up so they can see your face too. But we're just so glad that each of you are here. And if you want to come up, feel free to join in on the conversation. Now we're going to hear from, I believe we have Daniel next in line, Samira, and then we're going to hear from Robert. Welcome, Robert. So good to have you back with us. Over to you, Danielle.
Yeah, thanks for letting me in this room. Daniel Faust, 21-year Air Force veteran. Did radio, and then I translated to Facebook Lives, and then I started doing YouTube for a while and was doing up to 6 lives a day. And what I've come to find out is one of the tips and strategies I learned is, one, you have to advance in time. Podcasting is fantastic. I still do it. I still do YouTube, but I actually grew into a digital television network to get people past the noise. I mean, YouTube and podcasting is great if you can get past that point. But for the people that can't, we built a digital TV network. So for now, I go over and I use StreamYard, which is a fantastic tool to multicast, just like Stacey was talking about. The more places you can multicast, the better and the more efficiently. So we started a digital TV platform, and that's how I'm getting my message out. And I utilize the podcast to amplify the television. So I'm very much appreciative in this room, and I'd love to share what I have for knowledge and connect people to the next steps. So thank you for your time.
Yes. Oh my word. Thank you so much for being here with us, Danielle. And I'm so glad I'm making sure I'm saying that Daniel, okay? Because I know my accent sometimes can make things a little bit different in enunciation, but just so excited to hear how you are already tapping in and recognizing even the value of showing up in audio format. And I love that I was taking the time to also read, and I see that not only do you do podcasting, but you also manage a digital TV network for veterans. That is just so incredible. Did you want to share a little bit more about that and how you are able to pull this off, for that particular audience, and if you are utilizing YouTube even with your TV network?
Yeah, it's a pretty simple strategy. So what I went over and did was, because of my IT background, StreamYard is a powerful tool. If you ain't using it, I would highly recommend it. It allows you to stream into multiple places and allows you to record 1080p content, which is king right now. 4K is not there yet, so definitely 1080p. So I was in a group with a bunch of ladies that were going to start a digital TV network. Well, it was a scam. And me and 4 other ladies that were in the business with that, we decided, hey, we're going to start the business ourselves. So as of April 18th, we started Legrity Media, Legrity, because the 3 things we didn't see. We didn't see legacy, we didn't see integrity, we didn't see global community. So we started that for people that are content creators that want to get past the noise. And if you're not ready yet for monetization, or maybe you broke the rules or whatnot, or maybe a shadow ban is blocking you and whatnot. We wanted to elevate your content to the world. So me as the director of IT and 4 other ladies, basically like media for the community at large. And the way we do it is pretty simple. You don't have to stop podcasting or YouTubing or anything else. You just go over and use the power of StreamYard or Zoom or other platforms to multicast where you want to cast. And then you take that content and add 10% to it, and then you got a TV show. That's pretty much it. And we teach you the whole process if you come to join us. And that's what we pretty much do. And then we elevate you, and then we use the power of social media to elevate you to digital TV. So quick strategy myself, I do 3 podcast episodes a week. I'll divide my content into 4 bits and pieces, give 3 pieces during the week. And the 4th piece, they come to digital TV. And the cool thing about digital TV is now you got the visual, you can monetize, you can maximize your revenue, and then you don't have to wait until you're at a creator's corner or 1,000 subs or worrying about what is advertised, because you choose what's advertised in your show. So that's what we do in a nutshell, and we would love to go serve whoever is ready for those next steps or has questions. We do masterminds, and we also have a group called Legrity.tv on Clubhouse, and we leverage that by helping others to get their content to where they want it to be so they can be empowered and be that entrepreneur that they always wanted to be.
Wow, that was so incredible. Wow. Thank you so much, Danielle, for the work that you are doing and showing that really it can be as simple as you make it. And I love that you are leading with integrity and you are taking that time to even show other people the ropes, as you take that time to be able to get people's message out there with the television concept, just streaming live. Yes, there's a host of resources. And I'm going to say this because I was in a mastermind earlier and they're like, oh my word, the amazing people that you're connected with and the ways in which they want to show up fearlessly. Are you sharing with them the tools you're using to make it simple and easy? And so if you send me a heart, because I love love and love makes the world go round. So if you send me a heart, I'll go ahead and send you the toolkit, because they really drove it home to me today that I need to do a better job of sharing. And I'm sure a host of you all have resources that you're utilizing as well. You mentioned, Danielle, StreamYard and a few others that can really simplify the process for people to be able to stream successfully and even brand themselves and position themselves to be one of authority, with the ways that they're showing up in multiple places and providing a solution to someone's problem. So if you want to go ahead and get that, I've been convicted. It was a part of our summit workbook, and I'm just going to go ahead and make it that 1-page resource toolkit that can help you fearlessly show up as well here on Clubhouse, on your YouTube channel, as well as if you're deciding and considering to podcast. I mean, all of the incredible ways you can show up and have your tribe find you as you're building community. Thank you guys so much for being here. You are a part of the Fearless Creator Club today. This is Stacey Zant, and I'm just so excited for all these tremendous friends of mine and individuals who are fearlessly showing up. You can read more about them, check out their bios, those who are speaking here on the stage, those who are live with us, just sharing their strategies, sharing what they do and how they're fearlessly showing up. And I want to thank Amanda, Sophia, Henry. Those 2 are right now with me on camera on YouTube. Nikki, dear, Robert, Jeremy, Danielle, Samira, Ashiba, my real life in-person friend, learning and navigating her way on Clubhouse now. I think she just got her party hat off because she just got on the app. I invited her during our conference week last week at our church, and I'm just so glad she's here. And everyone here in the listening lounge, I'm not going to waste your time by going through every single name right now, but I'm just so delighted and blessed and honored that you're here. Sabrina, know you in real life as well. She's a part of our church. So good to see you. If at any point you guys want to come up, we'd love for you to share your voices as well. So now we're going to hear from Robert and then Jeremy and Ashiba. I think I have that correctly. Over to you, Robert. So good you're here with me, brother.
Hi, Stacey. Happy Friday. Of course I'm here. I love talking all things podcasting and strategy. So those of you who don't know me, my name is Rob Hanna. I'm a recruitment business founder and investor, and I'm also a global podcaster myself and host of the League of Being podcast. So some strategies that we have been using and tweaks we've made along the way with our podcast. First thing I would offer is always ensure that you get a guest teaser video. So once you've had your guest on the show, make sure you get them to do a sort of 30 seconds. Hey, this is so-and-so. I've just featured on so-and-so's podcast. I talk about X, Y, and Z. Check it out below. They are more likely for them to share the episode on their social media channels if you produce quality content for them. And a good piece of video content is likely to get more discoverability on all the main social media handles. So I'd encourage you to do that. And remember, you're not having guests on the show just for their knowledge and value. That's important for your audience, but you want their audience. You want their data. You want to bring them into your ecosystem. So by getting them to share and actually put some simple call to actions around your podcast, you're going to build your audience and get some new listeners through having that guest. Other things you should do, you should embed the episodes in your guest website if they have them, and you can run backlinks so your two websites talk to each other, and obviously that will help with SEO and visibility. I'm sure it's already been discussed, but having transcripts is an absolute no-brainer. It's great, again, for SEO. It's great for picking out quotes. It's great for repurposing content, and it's super easy. We've probably all seen Simon Lau here on Clubhouse. Get a discount off him, download it, and have it for a few weeks, test it out, but it's brilliant. I use Riverside FM. I'm yet to be proven wrong that there's a better platform out there. I particularly like the magic editor function. So if you're low on budget and you can't afford an editor or a team to do it and you don't have time to do it yourself, if you just click the magic editor button on that platform, that's really good at kind of giving you a fairly decent outcome product that you can put out onto the airwaves. I also encourage, what I've got is I've got a team of brand ambassadors. So a lot of people don't really appreciate how powerful brand ambassadors for your podcast could be. So for my own industry, I am in the legal world. I have a number of aspiring lawyers who are very social media savvy, who are dying for work experience, to use some content creation skills, who have tens of thousands of followers, and my audience is aspiring lawyers. So I have them as my brand ambassadors who repurpose content and distribute it for me. And as such, we get new listeners. So I'd encourage you to think about brand ambassadors and get them to run competitions so then your audience is always engaged. And have seasons. If your podcast's gone wrong, a podcast is one of the easiest things to start again, in the sense of you could do season 1, season 2, season 3. It's your first birthday. It's episode 20. You're doing a relaunch. There's lots of opportunities or second bites at the cherry. Not saying you'd want that, but it's really easy to think creatively. If your first season isn't going so well, you can retitle it and you can re-go again if you're looking for a similar audience. And then I'd always encourage everyone to have a mailing list and send out a newsletter each week with some highlights, some quotes, some snippets, some links. And the best thing you can do when it comes to podcasting, if you're a podcast host, is go on other people's shows related to your topic of influence or the area that you wish to be known for, and have a simple call to action when you go on those podcasts that allows that community to then come and follow yours. So those are some simple strategies and things that we're doing. I hope that helps, Stacey, but I hope it didn't go on for too long and provides value to your audience. But pleasure to be here, done speaking.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That was so tremendous. Thank you so much, Robert. Oh my word. So much food for thought. So many ways that you can really maximize as a podcaster, showing up and providing value. Just so appreciate that. If you have a guide and a resource as well, please do tap into Robert, as he's sharing. All of us here are just fearlessly creating content and showing up. And we want you all to just leave here with the mindset that you can win, that you can make new connections, that we're having such a party as well over here on YouTube. And I want to give a special shout out, as Robert was just pouring out. Guys, it goes such a long way, to have all of these tremendous people just give up their time, their talent, their treasure, and their know-how. It's not by coincidence that they've gotten to where they are today. and that people do look to them as a resource, as a guide, and as, you know, someone that has mastered their craft as a fearless creator. And so if you have any questions as well for any of these amazing fearless creators who have accepted the call and they're up here sharing their gift of a voice with us, please do even tap into their DM, connect with them, not just here on Clubhouse, but also over on IG. That's where the magic sometimes happen. And of course, being able to go on YouTube. So special shout out to Henry, of course, and Sophia, who's live here with me on camera. And then we have their particular handles. You can see that in the chat. Henry Chen is a YouTube channel. And then Sophia's is ST Inc., the CEO. And then we have Sanita Conyers, who was a part of the Fearless Creator Summit experience. And she actually won Deadline Funnel, that amazing conversion tool that we used in our summit. And that really, really counted for a lot of the different conversions that happened when people opted in for their free ticket and upgraded to their power pack. And it was a no-brainer next step. So they wouldn't have to pay loads and loads later. They could just take action now and get it at such an incredible economical price, which is still economical, but even more so in that moment. And so she's going to be able to use that in her business as a fearless creator. She's mapping out what she wants to do and how she wants to position herself as a coach. We even have a hot seat coming up tomorrow with some of our highly engaged participants from the Fearless Creator Summit. And they're going to be asking some burning questions, and we're going to get that answer. We're going to get it recorded as well. So if you have some of those similar questions, you can find the answer to that coming to you on the Fearless Creator podcast. So thank you guys so much for being here with us. Also, Sky, so good to see you, Sky. She's in the audience right now. She has been on camera with us in the past, and she has a beautiful family. She stays very busy, but yet she makes a time to be here with us in community. So I want to give a special love and shout out. She's with us here on YouTube in the chat, and her channel is called Sky and Her Six. Oh my gosh, I just love it. Sky and Her Six. So for all those mommies and mompreneurs, you definitely want to tap into that. A special shout out to, of course, Brandy, April, some familiar faces from our communities who are leading and speaking fearlessly in our Christian Content Creator Club and beyond. Such a pleasure to have you here. Now we're going to go over to Jeremy. I believe you're next in line, brother. I'd love for you to share about you and any strategies pertaining to YouTube or podcasting as well.
Yeah, sure. So thank you so much, Stacey. I appreciate your time. I appreciate those of you that are listening and in the listening lounge, and even those fearless content creators on the stage. My name is Jeremy Wade. I'm the founder of New Era Copy, LLC. I am a copywriter as well as freelance writer and graduate student studying writing, rhetoric, and technical communication. I assist entrepreneurs by transforming their valuable thoughts and ideas into longer lasting relationships by writing one sentence at a time. And what that means is I want to focus on those small micro thoughts that enable you to enhance the details within your business. I want to be able to dissect those sentences, those paragraphs, and those pages for you so that you can elaborate on your passion and expand your purpose beyond the imagination of what the eyes can see to articulate a perspective that is clear, direct, and intentional to get your ideal clients to invest in your purpose and your passion in life. And some of the strategies that I have for today revolve around podcasting and how you can ultimately utilize your message to then engage with your ideal client and community on a not only micro level, but macro level as well. So most of the times we spend time watching the news, or we see what's going on in our community, in our society, and we allow this news to subconsciously override how we build our business or how we ultimately go about our daily habits and routines. But when we sit back and we think about how we can utilize those trending topics to actually engage with our ideal audience to rewrite the narrative on our YouTube channel or our podcast, we can automatically create attention and actually obtain that moment for us to be able to interact with our ideal client and community and rewrite the narrative. No matter if you're verbally, it's written, or it's orally, I want you to be able to think about how those training topics can allow you to change the titles, change the descriptions, change the narratives, like I said, within your podcast or on your YouTube channel, so that when you are educating, informing, persuading, entertaining, or even reporting information, that information is utilized to actually allow people to apply and execute to get results. Because when you actually do that, you're rewriting the narrative, and you're allowing people to see how you are actually taking those small bits of information and maximizing them to utilize how your voice is being heard. You're transforming your brand identity. You're transforming your voice, your tone, your attitude. How I'm conveying this message with so much energy, I hope it provokes enough emotion for you to read through my Clubhouse bio and find out who I am and find out how I can contribute to your brand, just to add value and build that relationship. Because my words are the true value and equity of how I leverage my business to gain stake within other businesses and be able to add value so that we can leverage our relationships to then take other businesses and allow them to see the impact and influence that we can build with potential. And so when you ultimately have the ability to control your voice, rewrite your brand narrative, and utilize these trending topics that are within our society to be able to rewrite the narrative for the will of what you want to be able to put out there as a product or service, you will then be able to engage in conversation, engage in interaction, and be able to control that narrative and flip it for what you will actually want to do, and actually be able to utilize it to be productive, effective, and actually get the results that you seek within your business. So you always, no matter what is perceived in the world today, you have the ability to change your mindset and actually rewrite your message and actually allow people to see how you are impacting the community, what steps you're taking to actually get that engagement on YouTube or in your podcast. And then, like the other moderators and speakers on the stage have said, repurposing content to be able to utilize that to create the number one thing that I love, which is evergreen content. That content that will last when you're asleep, when you're taking care of your kids, when you're out to dinner. People are on your website, reading that blog, reading that article, reading that description, reading that title. You want them to be able to glance over 1 to 3 words and know what you're about. I am a phenomenal copywriter that maximizes your thoughts and ideas and turns them into long-lasting relationships. That one sentence can tell you what I do, how I do it, and why I do it. So make a statement, make it bold, and let your name be known, and people will support you. So that's what I have to say, Stacey. I look forward to supporting everyone on the stage. I've already DM'd people that I found value in. I went through your Clubhouse bio. I went through your Instagram profile to see what you're about. And I look forward to collaborating with you all. So thank you all so much. Stacey, I appreciate you. Thank you for letting me speak. I'm on the move, but I want to say thank you again. And I love the energy that you create. So the mic is yours, Stacey.
Yes, brother. Thank you so much. We're so delighted, as always, to have you a part of the community here with us, and just very excited. I hope you're not hearing too much of the mowing happening outside my backyard, but I wanted to make sure you got to love the dynamic mic. So sometimes it picks up a lot of stuff. But Jeremy, thank you so much for sharing, so much value from your heart. You're always showing up fearlessly as a copywriter, and you shared your gifts with us here in the Fearless Creator community and in the Christian Content Creator community. You've been able to craft together words and quotes from people in our rooms that complements our podcast so well for the show notes. Those of you who are wanting to get found on Google for the show notes and the conversations and the snippets that people can take away and they can add as an affirmation to their journey, or maybe that particular solution that they're looking for that was brought out in your podcast or on your YouTube conversation. That is the beauty of having and adding words to what is being provided with audio and visual. So tapping into all the ways, we're always here to remind you of that. You don't have to tire yourself out. You can find a way to maximize and simulcast simultaneously, showing up on multiple platforms, just like we're doing here, just like you're seeing here. We did a working lunch on simulcasting for success. You see that right now on my IG feed. If you go right now, you can let us know if you're loving the shares happening here, if you're receiving value from each and every one of these incredible fearless creators. I want to invite you to go over and connect with them on Instagram. Just like Jeremy was just saying, when he receives value, he's connecting in the DMs, he's sending a message, making connections, collaborating. That is why so many of these incredible people that you've seen on the stage, you've seen in previous lives, and you've seen on camera, it's because they took the connections deeper. They didn't just sit and listen passively, but they engaged intentionally. And we want you to do that as well. Be inspired and encouraged in this moment. That's why we show up every single Friday with our mastermind and taking it further with our behind the scenes moments that we get to have when you are actually a subscribed mastermind member. And so we're just so excited for how we're going to continue to equip you and to show up for you and to help you to fearlessly create, whether it's on podcasting, with the evergreen aspect, or on YouTube. So passive income is possible with YouTube, y'all. And all you need is 1,000 subscribers. While people were sharing here, I went on my iPad. I made sure I was subscribed to everybody that I'm seeing here in the chat, because I have your channel names and I want to make sure we are connected, and you all can do the same thing. And then you want to also add to the watch hours. You need at least 4,000 watch hours so you can monetize and get passive income through ads, and shorts is available as well. So many ways that you can add to your income, bring in multiple streams of income while you're fearlessly showing up and creating. So thank you for that, Jeremy, as always, brother. Ashiba, and then Samira. Ashiba, so glad you're here, sis. And I'd love for you to share. I know you're new to all of this, so if you have any questions, share about you and let us know how we can continue to serve and show up for you.
Okay, thank you so much, Stacey. And it is exciting being on Clubhouse. This is my second week, and I'm learning so much and growing every day. So I appreciate that. So I'm Ashiba Sancho, and I'm a certified holistic health counselor. And what that means is I help people to deal with emotional issues that they have, as well as issues that as it relates to food and their diet, and also their spiritual life. So primarily I work with women, and I've recently become a new mom, and I'm kind of venturing out now into a different area. I've become a lot more aware of issues women actually face after birth. And just to name a few, you have postpartum depression, postpartum psychosis, postpartum anxiety, and just kind of realizing that people are struggling, women are struggling, moms are struggling, and being able to be a light, show up, be support. That's primarily the direction that I'm kind of angling my business at this time. But something I did want to add, I did get a lot of value from previous speakers, and I've been taking notes. But something I would like to say to all business entrepreneurs now that are on this medium is, when you're putting out content, something that I've learned is put out something that's near and dear to your heart, something that's true, because we were all created to do something, make our impact and make a difference in this world. And if we actually approach our content, whatever content we're putting out from that standpoint, it actually brings you in front of the people that are looking for you, versus going out and trying to find people. There are people actually looking for you is something that I've learned. And being able to just put out specific things that it's near and dear to my heart, areas that I want to actually help an individual with, it draws people into my space it causes them to find me. So I would say, just to add something here, in order for you to make that difference that you were created to make, just be true to who you are, and the people that are needing your services, they will find you. Thank you so much, Stacey.
Thank you, Ashiba. I'm just so proud of you and so excited for you. You're growing leaps and bounds, and you're gleaning and you're growing, even as a new mom and all the responsibilities that you have. I love that you're continually stepping out by faith and with faith, as a leader, and recognizing even in a new space and sphere that you're able to reach, further, and you provide so much solution, to others, even for health and nutrition. Ashiba wears so many hats. She's a fellow Jamaican sister. So it's usually kind of a given that you are going to be kind of like a master at so many different things. She's been a chef. She's ran like the hospitality, evangelism pastor and coordinator. She's done so many different things. And I just love seeing how you are just going deeper in this calling in the season of your life, even as a new mom, recognizing that you can show up and have even consultations with people who want to level up, how they're showing up for their health, and how they're pouring in. And yes, girl, you're seeing here on Clubhouse that Clubhouse is like being part of a seminar or a conference on steroids. Every single day you can tap in and learn and have your notebook and just feast, while you are providing value and pouring into others. So we not only want to be able to consume content, but we want to be able to create content, right? There is a fine line and balance between both. And so we're here to equip you and to encourage you to fearlessly create, not just supporting others, but seeing the ways that you can also provide, solutions to others and pour into others. And we're all doing that together fearlessly. And you're going to get tired of me probably hearing this word, but hopefully if there's one thing you take away, it's that you are fearless, you can be fearless, and we can do it together in community. Thank you for that beautiful share, Ashiba. Now we're going to hear from Deborah. Welcome, Deborah. So good to have you here with us. Could you share with us about you? And we'd love to hear if you have a YouTube channel, if you have any strategies, or if you have any questions. Over to you, Deborah.
Well, thank you so much. It's wonderful being here. I just wanted to say it's such a wonderful space to be able to just share and not compete. And I think we grew up in a society where competitive nature is the nature of the game. And that's why everybody feels the thought of missing out or the FOMO or whatever. But I just really love the collaboration, and I definitely resonate with it. I actually am, I've done quite a few interviews in the past 3 years. I do online talk shows called Real People, Real Stories, Raw. And it's where we go through somebody who may have gone through trauma, how they got through it, and then how they are now helping others, and how their trauma has actually been the catalyst or the slingshot into their passion. And for me, it's art. I've always loved to paint. I've always done photography. I've always done poetry. But it's about basically talking about how to heal from trauma with using art or heart. And in the center of heart is art. So yeah, that's basically what I do. I love talking. I've always dreamed of being on the radio, but I guess this is even better because everybody's here and everybody can talk and we get to share. So I definitely would love some questions. I'm definitely not well versed in the aspects of how to get my word out and everything. I really need to start learning about how to promote it better and how to get just more professional with it. Before it was just more of a hobby for me because I just really love sharing people's stories and helping them. After I went through what I did, I ended up taking courses on how to actually help myself, an NLP practitioner and timeline therapy coach. And now I'm actually able to set those healthy boundaries while we're going through the show. So I would just love any tips, tricks, pointers on how to, I know get started. I'm already started, but where to go, who to talk to. I love connecting and networking. So I would love to have whoever else is interested to be on a show as a co-host or guest co-host, that type of thing. So my name is Deborah. I'm never quite finished speaking.
Wow. Thank you for sharing with us, Deborah. Just want to celebrate you in this moment as you are answering the call to show up for so many others. Even as an artist, you know, a lot of us as fearless creators, that's what we are. You're artists, just really fearlessly showing up. And even when we are just taking the time to pour into others in such a way that they're able to calm their mind, because that's what I know art can do for us. And I want to give any of our moderators an opportunity before I share some ways with Deborah. If you want to pour into Deborah's cup, I want to just, you know, honor every one of our speakers and moderators here. If you want to answer and give some ideas to the lovely Deborah, just flash your mic or come off mic and share with us or with her. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Yeah, so real briefly, I just wanted to say, Deborah, I appreciate you and I commend you for what you do. I would say my only share that I have for you while kind of listening to what you said is that think about, you know, either starting your own club here on Clubhouse and getting into a room and allowing people to come into that room, share what you do and what your intention is to continue highlighting those that have been through trauma and how they actually allow others to overcome and be motivated to seek out their own pursuit of happiness or passion for life, and be able to allow them to see if they would want to be on your show and if they would want to be highlighted by you, because that's going to ultimately allow you to engage and interact with those that have been through trauma filled situations, but also be able to see how your brand can be a beacon of light for them to be able to become a brand advocate or a supporter that will share the word about what you do. And then that will ultimately allow you to build that community like others can see. And you can be able to then have the time to ultimately create that engagement that you need for others around you. So if you get in Clubhouse and just continue to spread the word about what you're doing, people are going to find out who you are, and they're going to want to be able to be interviewed by you, and you'll get that practice that's also important, and to be able to perfect your craft and be able to take those strides forward. So that's the only advice I have, and thank you so much for what you do and continue to strive for it. This is Jeremy, and I'm complete.
Yes, thank you for pouring into, I don't know, I think we missed her here and just maybe there's some technology glitch, but thank you so much, Jeremy, for pouring in. And we're going to make sure, of course, for any technology glitch for anybody who has any of those issues, this is being recorded for the Fearless Creator podcast. So people will be able to tap back in and listen for what they did miss. Oh, and she's back. Welcome back, Deborah.
Thank you. I apologize for that. I just kind of went to go unmute, and then it's been like popping me out and putting me in different rooms every time.
Oh, no worries. We know how it gets sometimes. And there's these notifications that come flying around and you end up in another place and you didn't even mean to. So totally get it, sis. So glad that you were here. And I was just saying earlier that because of technical glitches, that's why we take the time to record this room. So you will be able to re-listen to this on the Fearless Creator podcast if you missed any part of what Jeremy was sharing and pouring in to answer that question that you had. And Amanda, I saw she also flashed. So we're going to hear from her as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Deborah, I, through my trauma, found my purpose and my why, and that's the support of the women that have been through domestic violence and trauma. And so I just want to appreciate what you do, because it's amazing to help other people just have that confidence. And I've just got my book into audio, so I'm really proud. I got it all done yesterday of my life story and how last year I wasn't in a good place, and now I've just come to practice self-love, and I'm just in such a good place at the moment. So just wanted to share that. Haven't got any tips for you, unfortunately, because I'm just here to learn and how to get my content into podcasts and YouTube. So.
Oh, thank you so much, Amanda. And I just want to say, like, sorry, Jeremy, I cut out before I could say thank you so much for those wonderful tips. I did message you on Instagram, and maybe we can collaborate as well. I have a lot more, but Amanda, it's amazing that you chimed in there and talked about exactly what you went through. I actually in Canada, because of the trauma I've been through, I was able to change laws and how rape and domestic violence calls are first responded to by the police, because when they responded, it was like, you send one male officer to a home when this just happened. So it's just about like speaking up, and I'm just thank you, Amanda, for like sharing that with me, because first of all, I believe you, and that's women need to stand together. Everybody needs to stand together. There's divine feminine and masculine right now, and it's about not comparing stories. It's about saying, wow, that happened. I'm so proud of you. What can I do to help? I've been through something similar. Maybe I don't know exactly what it felt like for you, but how can I contribute? How can I help? And with art, it's so expressive, and everybody's journey and story is so important. So thank you so much, Amanda, for sharing that with me. And I'm just so grateful to be here. Thank you.
We're so grateful that you're here, Deborah. I know, how do you pronounce your name? Is it Crimey? We'd love for you to share and tap in. And then I'd also love to add some ways that you can definitely show up, Deborah. Over to you, Crimey. Welcome up to the stage.
Oh, are you speaking to me?
Yes. So you came up and you were on mute. Did you want to respond to Deborah and the question that she had?
Yes. Actually, my name is Crime 101. I know it's hard to like pronounce it. I spell it different because I'm trying to create a different meaning. When you don't know better, you won't do better. They passing out football numbers, and I don't want one. I appreciate this clubhouse right here, Stacey. This is amazing. Amanda, you're amazing as well. I just want to add to the YouTube and podcast and strategies and seekers and possibly touch on the question. Can you like give me the question one more time so I don't miss anything?
Basically, I was just asking any tips and tricks on how to get my word and my message out to be able to help other people share their journey, and who to connect with and network with that will make the biggest impact. I'm kind of one of those people that love to make a statement boldly. I'm very bold, and I want to do it like, I don't want to do it perfectly, but I want to make an impact. So I guess any tips and tricks how to make an impact and consistency and all that kind of stuff. Any tips, tricks, anything you have.
Well, okay. Well, Deborah, I would love to connect with you and build with you on that level because a lot of times Clubhouse is just like hit and miss. It's no real personal interaction. So I'm available if anybody wants to connect and elevate their strategies, if that makes any sense. But I would think that you have to put some type of passion, some type of money involved back behind it, because there are people out here that are willing to help you with your digital and your professional appearance, what you should or should not say. They call them PRs. You have ARs, and you also have moderators on YouTube that you connect with. I'm affiliated with some of those individuals. It took a while for me to actually connect, years and years and years. So I'm not giving stuff away for money or none of that. It's just personal connections, and just give me a like every once in a while when I put something up. But my idea is, if you shake all hands, you never know who you come in contact with. It's all about networking and getting yourself out there. And I know you said the strategy will be the keywords. You focus on your keywords. Your keywords are very important. If you put certain words in, certain people will look at it. And if you put too many keywords in, it'll almost delete what you the keywords that you placed before that. So just focus on maybe like 5 keywords that you really want to target.
Yes, I think those are some brilliant examples and way. Welcome up, Sue. So glad you're here. But just real quick, everyone that's just joining us, we are live simultaneously on YouTube as we are here as well. And so I've been trying to navigate through all the amazing spaces with those who are commenting over there. And thank you, Crime, for just really pouring into Deborah as well. I think those keywords definitely will go such a long way when you can see what's really trending, what people are searching for. Deborah, if you can look at answerthepublic.com, you can see based on a keyword how many questions people are asking pertaining to that keyword of what it is you cover in your videos and what it is you are creating and looking to create as a podcaster and YouTuber. And then also Google Trends will show you really how many people are searching for certain keywords and terms at a given time of the year. So you can see what to concentrate on in that given time of the year. And then another last one I always love to share is the actual Google, the keywords everywhere. So that actually gives you actual like amount of money that people are paying for being able to target certain ad keywords. And you can see literally the volume of people that are searching per month for that keyword. And so those are just some of the ways that you can tap into that if you're specifically looking at YouTube and not just like podcasting and showing up on Google search engines and on, of course, being found on search engine in general, because Pinterest is also a search engine. There's so many ways that people are just Googling stuff and they're coming upon your content. And that's how they discover your podcast, they discover your blog, they discover your content that's in video format as a YouTuber, because video actually is highlighted. Even for those of you who are participating in rooms and you hold rooms here on Clubhouse, when you take the time to title things in such a way, like the room title here is YouTube and podcasting. So if people are looking for strategies and secrets and they're like, oh, I want to learn some strategies pertaining to podcasting, it is possible that they can come across the title of this room, because I've searched for people's names. You see what rooms they've participated in, and it lives on in the actual World Wide Web. So people discover you and the kind of rooms you create. So you want to tap into all of these ways that you can be found. And the last one I'll share, who was a sponsor of our Fearless Creator Summit, is TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is going to let you know not only what sort of titles and keywords and trending, but it's going to give you an idea of some of the other content creators and YouTubers who have created similar content. And you can see what thumbnail they're using. So you can get an idea of maybe how you need to position yourself, how you need to use Canva and get your thumbnail like that thumbnail, because it's performing well already. Why reinvent the wheel? Why not go ahead and utilize what's already working? You can give credit where credit is due. Even if you're copying someone, you want to copy the best, and TubeBuddy is going to show you based on analytics. It's going to show you based on viewership of that particular keyword that you're targeting for and topic that you want to also rank for. So these are some of the tools we still have yet to give away TubeBuddy. I'm waiting until the end of this month, and we are giving it away to one of our Power Pack users who participated in the summit. You can still access that at thefearlesscreator.com/summit. We host this room every single Friday, and we have so many ways that we want to keep pouring into your cup, Deborah. So hopefully those are a host of resources to help you.
Oh, it's been wonderful. I'm just so grateful. Thank you, Crime. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's go, Deborah. I support you.
Did I say your name right, Crime?
Yeah.
But the crime is not you. It is the solution. I'm just being weird. But thank you so much, everybody, for really, really giving me the tips and you're really, this is such a beautiful space. I would love to come on again. I'm kind of newish to Clubhouse, and I would love to just explore other rooms and learn the do's and don'ts. Exactly, like PR is probably the best thing I probably need. I'm one of those people that just really, really outspoken, and I just speak what's on my mind really, really fast, which I think a lot of people might enjoy. But I don't want to dig myself into too much of a hole, but thank you so much, everybody. I really do appreciate everything. And I can't, in the back channel, I can't really respond. I had too much activity, it's telling me. So if anybody has anything and they want to connect with me in the back channel, please do. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Deborah. What a lovely question and conversation that spurred. So thank you so much, Deborah, for being here. And you're always welcome. You're always invited to be a part of our Fearless Creator community and family. And crime. So you tapped into Deborah's question. Did you want to also add anything pertaining to strategies and your own channel? If you are
hello, yeah, well, I have not yet created my own channel yet, but I am a part of the ECMD experience. I just want to say, if you have a channel, just make sure that you follow all the guidelines first and foremost, and know what your audience is that you want to target. And after you target your audience, you have to create a dialogue that everyone can relate to, not just you, because this world is not just you, it's more than just you. And once you realize that it's more than just you, you'll be more successful in anything that you want to grab hold of. Like I said, I have not yet created my channel, but I know once I do, it will be great. Just like this channel right here. So my name is Crime 101 and I'm done speaking.
Yes. Thank you so much, Crime. We are just so grateful that you are here and you're tapping in today. And you were brought here because of ECMD. He was with us earlier. And so love that. See the beauty of connecting in community and going further. Connections are really deep that happen here on Clubhouse and then over into the DMs and of course on camera. So we want everybody to tap into that. We're going to be wrapping up shortly. So if this is your last call and last opportunity to raise your hands, if you have any questions or if you want to learn, we're going to go down the line and sharing very shortly a tip or a takeaway so that you can take action going into the weekend, going into this new week before we are back together again next week, Friday. I have a hot seat I mentioned earlier tomorrow, and we'll be recording that for those who are part of the Fearless Creator Summit. Kelly just came back up on the stage and she was one of our speakers as well. And we're just so excited about all that is happening and the ways in which we're showing up for each other in community fearlessly and encouraging you on this journey because we want you to show up. We don't want you to have any excuses from showing your face on camera. If camera is not for you and you feel like it isn't for you yet, by the time you leave this space, hopefully you'll just get that channel up and going. And, as we continue on, you'll just be inspired to create those content, even if it's short form content. We talk about batch recording. We have multiple rooms where we discuss processes and systems and getting your questions answered so that there's no reservation. There are no excuses for why you're not fearlessly showing up. If you're not yet ready to come on camera, use your voice, use your gift of a voice on podcast. You're already getting a leg up because this is being recorded and then it will be produced and placed on the Fearless Creator podcast. You can listen to previous speakers, previous sessions, and we have so much of a log of upcoming episodes coming to you. And so you have all the ways that we're equipping you to fearlessly create. Oh my gosh, so much fun. I want to give Siddharth an opportunity to share. He came up. I don't know if you have a question or if you want to share about your channel, and then we'll wrap things up with Kelly before we close out with our tips and takeaways.
Hi, Stacey, and it's good to be a part of this room. So just a brief in 2 lines about myself. So I'm a sports journalist from India, and currently I'm pursuing my master's in sports management from Indian Institute of Management, Rohtak, which is one of the best universities that we have across our country. So, and I'm also the co-founder of a YouTube channel called Cricket Spectacle, in which I talk about the game I really love, and that is cricket. So I'm just going to talk about 2 things, or let's say, 2 strategies, which I feel that are very important whenever, you decide to have a YouTube channel. So this YouTube channel that I have by the name of Cricket Spectacle, this is in collaboration with 2 of my mates. So one is Nikhil Deshpande. He's an Indian who is based in Australia, and he's a sports analyst working for a company called Stats Insider. And the other is a guy called Daniel Gardner. He's also a freelance sports journalist who is a resident of Australia. So it's been around 6 to 7 months that this channel has been running. And there are two things that, we three have learned. Number one is that, YouTube, we feel, is a game of consistency. It's important that, you try and put content consistently. And by consistently, this thing can, differ for, this word can actually differ for almost every YouTuber. You can put a content every 3 days, every 6 days, or maybe every 10 days, but the consistency has to be there. Like for us, the consistency is very much around, 10 to 12 days. Like we try and do a video podcast every 10 to 12 days. So with YouTube and a consistency, I would say, it does not guarantee those big number of views, but at the very same time, it helps you get a lot more confident being in front of the camera. And also at the very same time, you can also display whatever content that you have made across various social media platforms, be it Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, for that matter, even Telegram. And I think we have Instagram also, in which you can put all the IGTV videos of, whatever content that, you're making. So one thing is being consistent on YouTube. It may not guarantee those big views currently, but sure as hell, it will, help you to, get a lot more confident while facing camera. Number two, how you can evolve your content. So initially, we three started just to say maybe we just talked about the game, talked about a few matches that were happening, be it of India, Australia, England, New Zealand, Zimbabwe, Bangladesh, any country, just talked about the series that were being played. And we also talked about a few issues which were surrounding the game of cricket, something like that. For the first, I would say, the first 6 to 7 episodes were just three of us talking. Then we realized that, we probably need a guest. And that guest can be of any, he could be a senior sports journalist from any country, or he could be anyone. So we started to send invites to a few, say maybe senior journalists from India and a couple of journalists from Sri Lanka and Bangladesh also. Literally, we were blessed to have them on the show. They also talked about the game. They shared their views. And after that, and after a point in time, we realized that we are, probably a lot more confident now. And we have reached a stage where we can actually call the former cricketers, or maybe, the current crop of cricketers, or anyone, who is very much closely associated to the game. Rather than just, being, I would say, a part of this, or rather than, I was just covering the mainstream cricket series or tournaments that are being held, which is, Indian Premier League and all that stuff, we started to cover the associate nations. The associate nations of International Cricket Council, the main governing body of cricket, the associate nations which are currently struggling to, maybe let's say, who are struggling to make their ends meet and who somehow need an ICC push or something to get into the fray so that, they can play against the top-sided nations. So we did interviews with the president of Cricket Switzerland. Then we spoke to the coach of Netherlands cricket. And currently today was yesterday, on Friday, of course, it's a Saturday I started here. So we did an interview with the Germany cricket head coach, Stephen Knox. I think these are the stories that really, that I would say, that people somehow, I feel that they want to read. Now we have a target audience, and this target audience might not be that big, but somehow we realize that we need to feed them with the kind of content that they want to see. So this is where I think two things, as far as YouTube is concerned, is number one is consistency, and two, how you can evolve your content. So this is, just from what I've said from my limited experience. Of course, I can be wrong. Of course, people can have different views. I'm open to hearing that also. So yeah, thank you, Stacey. Thank you for this, and cheers.
Thank you. It's so good to have you chime in and to share, your experience at Hearth as a YouTuber, recognizing the multiple ways that you are able to show up and share stories. That's why we talk about YouTubing and podcasting, because if you're already interviewing people, why not amplify the ways in which you can reach further with your message and the stories, that you're taking time and so much effort. People don't recognize all the work that does go into really being able to pull off a beautiful mastery of storytelling, even in interview format. And so I love that you've niched down as well, Siddharth. Definitely want to go ahead and check out your channel so that we can see. I was checking out, I know that you have your Instagram connected, and I see that your YouTube channel is also there, that link. So guys, as people have been sharing here today, our hope is that during this mastermind, before we leave, you would have gained new subscribers to your channel, getting further along. If you're not yet there at that place where you are able to go ahead and monetize and bring in passive income as you're fearlessly creating, as a podcaster, a lot of us, we make our income with all of the other things that we provide, right? So a lot of times, even for myself, I monetized fully my second podcast by pitching a grant, and we received a grant to be able to go ahead and bring in, special guests that needed to share their incredible stories. And hi, Brendan. I just want to give a special shout out to Brendan. He's participated in previous rooms, and I know we're getting ready to wrap up, but hopefully he'll be able to share his incredible story and value as he's done in times past. And, just recognizing all of the tremendous ways that you are able to tell story in audio format, as we're doing here on Clubhouse. Siddharth, just hearing also, the way that you've niched down in a specific market. Some of us can afford to do that. And some of us really, we can't afford not to do that, because if we're grasping for too much, then we get nothing. But if we are grasping specifically until you've mastered that, and then you're able to go wider, right? But going deep with something, becoming known for something, when you're showing up, I started out writing, and I did my Writing Well program, and we had workshop series. I did a lot of interviews with authors, and kind of got known for that specific thing as a writer myself, as a best-selling author, as someone who I felt like I came out of the womb writing. My mom and my grandparents, just all over the house, would be poems and writing songs and doing that same thing, and recognizing that I could show others how to do that very thing and receive my first grant for that very thing, right? And now that's available for free. People can opt in when they want to with a code word to go through the Writing Well program, a host of planners and books and resources to help them to write their own book and to publish well, and to write well, whether it's for your life. If you want to leave a heirloom, with journals, you'll see I created a whole suite of journals that we were able to have shipped out, and you get this beautiful packaging, but it had to start with that one thing. And then you just keep going further. I was like, you know what? I have this blog. I'm monetizing through digital products, through the different connections that I'm making, through grants, through all of these amazing ways. But other people have so many questions. How can they do that very thing? Right. And so now I was like, I love podcasts. I want to learn. I'm a sponge listening to podcasts. I'm like, I have to create my own podcast now. So just keep progressing, keep adding on components, and find that one thing that you can fearlessly run with, as Siddharth brought to our attention, and just keep going deeper, keep growing, and keep continuing to spread your wings and enveloping other aspects of how you can show up fearlessly as a podcaster, as a YouTuber, as an author. That's why the Fearless Creator is here. We show you that you can do it all, but it takes one step at a time, and it takes applying each strategy at a time. So thank you for that. Kelly, we want to hear from you, sis. So glad you're here. And then we're going to leave our last tips and strategies together.
Hey guys. Okay, so I was a bit late to the party, but I am here, and I am appreciating every single thing I am hearing on this stage. So hi everybody in the listening lounge. My name is Kelly Williams, and I'm a lifestyle management coach. I have a YouTube channel, and I also have a podcast. And everybody is just delivering so much value. And I thought I would give a few tips. So while I've been told that I talk fast, the good thing is you don't have to listen fast because Stacy is recording this amazing room over on her YouTube channel right now. And it will be on her podcast, the Fearless Creator Podcast. I think that's the name of it, right, Stacy?
You got it, sis.
So I will go through these because I know we're wrapping up the room, but I definitely wanted everybody to hear some of these tips, and I'll be quick, okay, guys? I hope you're listening. So the number one thing that I'm hearing everybody say, and I really want to just agree with, is having your system. Create some system that's going to work for you, whether it's how you post and advertise and market your YouTube channel, your podcast, the flow of it, and get a system for how you can enlist people to help you, whether that be extra content, experts by way of interviews, or legit help, like get somebody to do your marketing for you or whatnot. Okay, the next tip is to kind of just take a look and assess your progress. Okay, how do you feel about what you're doing? Do you feel like the needle is being moved, whatever that looks like to you? And how do you, now you guys, I'm a life coach too. So how do you feel doing this? Does this feel natural to you? Do you feel like this is a strain or a push? Okay, be sure to self-evaluate how you feel. The next thing, your message. We all have a message. We all have a story. We all have something to say. Get clear on it. And more than just getting clear, we always talk about being clear about your message. Be confident with it. Be bold in what you say. Be bold in how you say it. All righty. The next tip. Okay, you guys, this is probably another room for another day, but for those of you that have email lists, use your email list when you go live on YouTube so that you can get engagement, and that helps with the algorithm. Or use your email list to notify when you drop an episode of either your podcast or a YouTube video. Utilize that list. And the funny thing, it's kind of like the gift that keeps on giving. You can utilize your list, and you can use those things, podcasts and YouTube videos, to continue to build your list. So it's like the gift that keeps on giving, and you get engagement, and it's all good. And then the last tip, okay? Now, I'm really talking to myself when I say this, but I think it's good for all of us. Take time to rest and reflect and readjust wherever necessary, okay? Guys, do not be like me, who takes a break and says, hey, I'm readjusting, and become an information gatherer, and then you don't restart. Don't do what I did, okay? But definitely take time to rest and just relish and enjoy what you have created, how you have created it, and celebrate being fearless. Those are some tips. You guys can catch this on the replay on YouTube or Stacey's podcast. I'm Kelly Williams, and I am complete for now.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Kelly.
Yes, hi, I'm sorry to jump in. I just wanted to confirm one thing, that what's the name of your YouTube channel?
The name of the yes, the YouTube channel is called just Stacey's Aunt, keeping it all in one place because I have multiple brands. So Stacey's Aunt, it's under my name.
Okay, I just asked because I was searching by the name of the Fearless Creator, so that's why I just got a bit confused.
Yes, thank you so much for asking that question. Yes. I'll make sure to bring that forward in the future because yes, I have the Fearless Creator brand and the Radiant Pearl Living. So those are both podcasts. Did you have any other questions, Siddharth?
Yeah. Just one more thing. So would you be uploading the same this podcast only on your YouTube channel only by the name of Stacey's Aunt?
Yeah, right now it's live, so you can rewatch it live on Stacey's Aunt, the YouTube channel, but then it's also going to be on the Fearless Creator podcast.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, that was so amazing. Kelly, thank you so much. As always, just laying it all out, having those tips, making it very, very for you to consume and to apply in this moment. 1, 2, 3, just going through it all. And, if you missed that, guys, and you really want to make sure that you apply, if you weren't able to move fast enough with your hands and write it all down, as Kelly mentioned, you'll be able to go ahead and rewatch this right now. It's live. And that's what we love about lives, is that I don't have have to do any editing. It's just going to stay here. People are forgiving. They understand it's live. They get the interaction experience, and they're still able to get the value of the information and just listen while they're doing all the other things they do. But then if you want it to be more refined and polished, I do that for the podcast. I have my intro, my outro, and I could still do that live here because I played music. We're going to play music again at the very end from our podcast. But I like to do a little bit more doctoring, taking out some of the extra filler words. And of course, I have a lot of tools that I use to make that very simple and streamlined. And I want to give a special shout out. I see some new people heading up in the chat, and I'm just so grateful you're here. Maybe because you needed to know where the channel was. So thank you again for that question, Siddharth. Sky, you mentioned she was here with us earlier as well on Clubhouse. Thank you for your show this evening. It's been golden. She's in another part of the country. So it's for her, it's, or I should say in the globe, it's evening for her, and I'm here in the States. So it's still afternoon, but so delighted. Amanda, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for the gems. Just being a part of us today and being here on stage. So we are going to go down the line. Thank you for just commenting in the chat. Those of you who sent me DMs, I am going to make sure to give you the resource as well. And I'm just so excited that you're going to take action today. So we're going to go down the line. I want to hear from Sophia, who's live with me on camera. And then we're going to go down Amanda, Jeremy, Ashiba, Kelly, if you want to again, Crime, Brendan. I wanted Brendan to come up as well because he always has so much gem to share as a YouTuber. And so we'll leave a tip, strategy, and takeaway that you're going to really just continue to take action from this mastermind experience today in the Fearless Creator Club. Over to you, Sophia, live with me here on camera.
All righty. My tip is to pace yourself. Prepare, acquire your content, collaborate with others, and then execute. So you want to pace yourself when it comes to your business. You want to pace yourself in life. You want to pace yourself when it comes to your social media. And that is my tip for today. And stay fearless.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Sophia. Sophia hung out with me all day today. Henry was also on camera and Jeremy earlier, but I know he has a birthday party he had to go to, but I'm just so glad when people can come in and just hang out for a while, even if it's not for the entire time, and then they'll be back again with us next week. Amanda, over to you, sis.
Oh, I just want to say thank you so much for having me up on stage. It's been really interesting. There have been some amazing gems dropped, and I'm going to be ready now to get my podcast out there and get my channel going. And so, yeah, I'm excited. So thank you so much for everybody's shares. It's been great. Love being here. Thank you. I'm Amanda. I'm done speaking.
Yes, Amanda, let's give a round of applause for a new channel that's getting started right here in this space. We hear so many of those stories, and it's always encouraging to know what we do and how we show up is allowing people to take action and to fearlessly go out and just get their message, their voice, and their content out there. So we can't wait to celebrate you as you reach your different milestones, and we can be a part of you showing up fearlessly on YouTube. And as a podcaster, you can do it all if you have the right tools and systems and community to get there. Special shout out to people who are joining us. Also, I know Dr. Fashion Brittany has been a part of our previous room and has been recorded previously as well. The amazing tips that she shares. So thank you for being here. Everyone, Elliot, oh my gosh, I'm going to get in trouble. All of these amazing friends. We're just so glad you guys are here. This room wouldn't be what it is without each of you just being a part and having your presence, showing that we are providing something of value to help you on your journey as a fearless creator. Now we're going to hear from Jeremy. If you're here, we're going to keep it going down the line. Any last tips, takeaways, or shares?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Stacey, for having me. My last tip and strategy is that if you have a podcast or YouTube and you're listening, and you might be hesitant or you might be just a little bit afraid to be able to jump on camera or be able to get behind that microphone, write out your structure, write out your outline, write out your plan on a piece of paper, have it down, write it as an outline that would be able to guide you through that conversation, that dialogue, and that interaction, so that you could get the optimized engagement with someone that you're utilizing in your community to be able to leverage the value you have to say. So write down that outline and then utilize it to be able to plan out your YouTube video, your podcast episode, because after that, you'll be able to repurpose it and then create that evergreen content that'll streamline that type of content so that you can build your community and they can rally around you to support you and uplift your spirit so that you can become confident enough as you practice to be that overall influencer or content creator that you need to be fearlessly. So this is Jeremy, and I am complete.
Yes, Jeremy, thank you. Always bringing it back to us how we can scribe, write it down, and then remove the fear of not knowing what it is we're going to say and how we're going to show up fearlessly. Thank you for the work you always do. Ashiba, over to you, sis. Any last words, tips, or takeaways from today's session?
Yes, Stacey, thank you so much. Something that I was thinking about as others were speaking was Stacey actually has a very amazing planner that you can utilize. And a lot of you all kind of voiced this earlier, that you want to write everything down. Consider your time. Try not to spend too much time on putting out what you're trying to, whatever message you're trying to convey. If you need an hour and a half per week and you schedule that out in Stacey's beautiful planner, then it's going to eliminate a lot of stress, especially for women here. You know, we carry a lot of stress, especially women working full-time jobs, moms, whatever. So to eliminate that stress, do all your content in one day in a specific time period, and just plan that whole thing out in that time, so you're not stressed all week going back looking at what you put out and seeing, you know, if how people are interacting with the content that you put out, because that can actually alleviate a lot of stress from your life, which is real, and in turn these types of things can actually break your body down. So just consider all of these things. Consider your health, consider planning, consider I would say a lot of things are trendy. Not trying to just follow every trend, but be true to who you are and the message that you're trying to put out there. You know, you have a lot of things people are out there doing, you know, dancing, singing. If that's not your thing, just be true to who you are, and don't try to follow every trend that's out there, because people are going to find you, because there is people that need you. I said this earlier, but I stress this point. There's people that need you. We're people and people need people. There's people that need you and need what you have to offer. So if you're true to yourself, you will be happier, more fulfilled, and you'll be able to bless the people that you're serving. Third thing I would say, be clear, have a vision for your business. A lot of people go in business and they don't actually have a vision, but have a vision. If you have not written that down as yet, just kind of go back to get clear on what it is that you're trying to do, not just trying to make money. You know, we all need money, but how do you be purposeful with what you're doing, right? Have a vision and break that out into missions that you can fulfill in certain time period. And that's it from me. Thank you so much, Stacey. Everyone have a wonderful day.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I just have to do another round of applause. Ashiba, my in real life IRL friend. And I'm just like, I'm like a proud mom here. And, you know, just like having Ashiba come up, and I was checking out her bio as she was sharing. And I'm like, wow, she just really laid out her bio so well. I want to invite everybody to connect with her because she's still new to Clubhouse. She even had like her party hat up until yesterday, I believe. I mentioned earlier that she was a part of a ladies conference with us. She's on staff at the church and stuff. And I was just like, she's like, what is this Clubhouse thing? You need to tell me about it. And I look and I see she is just laying it all out there, you know, the incredible things that she's showing up and supporting others with. And I'm just so tickled right now, Ashiba, because you always bring such sound words and value. And I had to give another special shout out to you so that everybody here in this room knows that they need to connect with you. They need to stay connected with you. And I'm excited you're going to come on camera with me soon, and you're going to be on my YouTube channel, and all the places. So we're getting you out there, girl, and you're just so amazing. So thank you for being here. Kelly, over to you, my sis. I'd love for you to share any last tips or takeaways.
Well, everybody is saying some amazing things. And I just, Ashiba, I really resonate with everything you said. You guys, beyond anything, I don't care about success on YouTube. I don't care about success on my podcast. What I care about is success with people. And I care about my success with reaching people and helping people. So I just want to encourage, just like Ashiba was saying, having that purpose and knowing what it is and being clear about it and having the motive to really serve people with what you're able to offer. That's it. That's it. So that's what I leave you guys with today. My name is Kelly Williams. I'm a lifestyle management coach, and I am complete for now.
Yes. Oh my gosh. You guys are my family. Love, love, love you guys. Crime, over to you. And then Brendan. Oh my gosh. So glad you guys are here. Any last tips or takeaways? If you're not able to chime in right now, no worries. Brendan, over to you. Let us know and take the floor away, because I know we didn't get to hear from you earlier. Share what's on your heart.
All right, I'm digging deep. Thanks for having me on, Stacey. Hi, everybody. So I would just say is what's on my mind right now. What I would say is we're talking a little bit about hardships. I heard you guys talking about that a little bit before. What I would just say is, like, hang in there. It's a consistent learning opportunity. As much as consistency matters with content, it also matters with when we're dealing with hardships. So I just want to say, like, a group like this, right? You guys make sure you're following the club, but also make sure that you reach out to other people. Make sure you rely on your community. So have a little close group of individuals that are like-minded, but also rely on your community to learn and to, because we're going to face burnout, right? And it's a real thing, but a lot of times we can also prepare for it. So taking a break when we need it, but having strategy behind it, so that way we can do that without, say, losing an audience. So YouTube is nonstop about providing value to viewers and hopefully turning them into subscribers. But that hopefully, I believe, does go away when we do have strategy, when we are mastering the fundamentals, and we're taking a hard look at our content, not looking at our content as if we are creators. We try to look at it like we're viewers. And just remember why you subscribe to certain channels, why you click on certain thumbnails. And to me, like, if you're a YouTube creator, let's keep looking at YouTube and these other creators, see what's working, see what's not working. And of course, I'm always here if anybody ever needs to reach out, if you're going through any type of hardship, or if you have any questions, I'm always here. But there's also amazing people that are on the stage. So I thank you guys for your time. Hang in there and keep hoping and improving. Thanks.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So, so amazing. And thank you. You may not be able to see it if you're not live here with us on YouTube, but after all these tremendous shares, Sophia, the lovely Sophia, is just clapping away. We're doing all the things here live on video. I just want to thank you for always pouring in, Brendan, and for sharing, everyone here. We're truly blessed and honored that you've shared your time, your talent, your treasure. And, one last word that I always love to make sure, to share is we're equipping you to fearlessly create, to just go out there. There is a solution for every problem. You can be that solution to someone's problem. It's just a matter of them finding you becoming visible enough for them to be able to recognize that you can provide a solution and guide them through the process in accomplishing their goals and even fulfilling their vision, their mission, and their dreams. You can be an answer to someone's dreams becoming a reality because you have the know-how. You are showing up and providing value, whether it's in audio format, in visual format. And then it's so beautiful when you marry them together and you make it possible for all the ways for people to fearlessly connect with you. So as a fearless creator, thank you for being here. We are going to do our last bit of connections while we're in this room. If you have not yet been able to connect with each other on YouTube, where you've been able to like and subscribe and even add to the watch hours for those who need to become monetized, you have that opportunity to do so in this last moment. And as always, we want you to leave this room with new fearless friends and connections. So make sure to follow each other, even send a DM over on Instagram. Don't follow each other just here, but over on Instagram as well. Hopefully you're all connected with your Instagram handles on your Clubhouse right now. And then just make sure to send a DM, say, hi, howdy, fearless creator. Fearless, happy Friday. Yes, fearless creator. And we just want you all to enjoy the connections that are possible. This would not be possible without each and every one of you. And then, of course, you'll be able to re-listen to this on the Fearless Creator podcast. As Brendan pointed out, I don't say this all the time. Make sure you're following this club as you connect with each other. We're going to have our close down music, just hang out, make your connection, follow each other in this space and in the other ones. And then we are going to say our goodbyes. So good to have you here with us. Until next time, equipping you to fearlessly create. Goodbye.